Whoever said fame can be dangerous wasn't kidding. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another Top 10 Most Dangerous World Records. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at more people who put their lives and health on the line for a world record. We're basing our choices on a mix of high stakes, daring feats, and just how all-round insane these attempts were. Number 10. Game of Thrones. With fewer episodes than their usual run, Game of Thrones had to creatively up the ante for its 7th season. For the series' climactic dragon attack, the crew decided to push the carnage past anything else on TV. This involved setting a record 20 people on fire in one shot, just to make things look real. The stunt actors were alight for over 10 seconds before crews even put them out. Unfortunately, Guinness avoids tracking such stunts for film and television, which is likely in an attempt to dissuade productions from being reckless. Even without Guinness's official mark on the feat, though, it's still made for one badass war scene. Number 9. The Space Cowboy. Shane Hultgren, also known as the Space Cowboy, has chased enough chainsaw records involving juggling that holding the blade near his mouth now seems pedestrian. In the Australian record holder's quest to expand his collection, he had 21 apples cut out of his mouth by a chainsaw in 1 minute. While this might seem like a unique challenge, Preacher Moadib previously held the record with 18 apples. Some of Hultgren's other records include swallowing swords and getting run over while lying on nails. If this doesn't seem dangerous enough, Hultgren has also earned the blindfolded version of the record while cutting the apples with a chainsaw himself. Number 8. 637,000 bees. Though many people are terrified of bees, they can be very tame if you keep your cool. Unless you're allergic, it's estimated it would take approximately 1,000 bee stings to kill the average adult. Luckily, China's Ruang Liangming wasn't allergic to bees when he attempted the world's heaviest bee mantle. Liangming had 60 queen bees placed on him, which attracted approximately 637,000 bees to cover his entire body. In total, the swarm weighed just over 140 pounds, and even covered his eyes and nose. With such a lethal amount of insects on his body, it's a wonder Liangming shakes them off so fearlessly.
63.7 kilograms. It's a new Guinness World Records title.
63.7 kg ed è un nuovo Guinness World Record.
Number 7. Human Arrow. Brian Miser's been working as a human cannonball since 1999, so turning himself into an arrow isn't a crazy stretch. As dangerous as the act seems, human arrow acts were part of Barnum and Bailey's acts as far back as 1896.
È andato, signori!
For Miser's record, he flew an amazing 104 feet and 7 inches, all while he was engulfed in flames from head to toe. Despite everything that could have gone wrong with the stunt, Miser calmly prompts the audience for cheers while he's still on fire. He's so fearless, in fact, that the hosts only end up extinguishing him mid-bow. Number 6. World's Strongest Eye Sockets. Even with several world records under his belt by 2009, Shane Hultgren continued his record pursuits by pulling a rickshaw with only his eye sockets. Hultgren also loaded the vehicle with 3 women and metal plates, bringing the total weight to 907 pounds. Fish hooks were attached to Shane's lacrimal bones, which enabled him to drag the cart across the show floor. Much to the host's disgust, Hultgren pulled the rickshaw over 10 meters, or more than 32 feet. With over 40 records to his name, Shane knows the difference between dangerous and stupid. Thanks to Hultgren's practice of calculated risks, the hooks didn't even pierce his skin. Number 5. Greatest distance walked on an observation wheel. Nick Wallenda is no newcomer to the Guinness Book, currently holding 9 records, including being the first person to walk a tightrope over Niagara Falls. In 2015, he set his sights on the Orlando Eye, a 400-foot-tall Ferris wheel overlooking Orlando, Florida.
It's a little windy up here, Matt, in Savannah. And really wet.
On a particularly wet and windy morning, Wallenda rode to the top of the wheel before climbing out and walking over a steel support beam only 6 inches wide, with no harness of any kind. with a first-person camera showing the sheer height and shaky conditions. Wallenda gave the hosts of today quite the scare, as well as everyone watching. Number 4. 1,000 horsepower beast. The Top 1 Akatak is a one-of-a-kind streamlined motorcycle designed with the specific purpose of setting land speed records. And in September of 2010, it did exactly that at the Bonneville Speedway in Utah. Piloted by Rocky Robinson, the bullet-shaped motorcycle attained a whopping top speed of 376 miles per hour. This landmark achievement was the result of several attempts by Robinson, who had previously crashed and rolled the bike 16 times while riding at speeds in excess of 320 miles per hour. At speeds like this, there's understandably very little room for error. But Rocky Robinson held down the 1,000 horsepower beast like a boss, and still holds the record to this day.
You know what your exit speed was? 394!
Number 3. 900 pounds in 7 years. After dealing with childhood obesity, Rosalie Bradford went on to become the heaviest woman ever in 1987. Bradford weighed 1,200 pounds at her heaviest, although she never gained that weight quite as quickly as the heaviest woman to give birth, Donna Simpson. Fitness icon Richard Simmons stepped in to help Rosalie and gave her a diet and exercise plan. Bradford moved from clapping to full body exercise and shed 420 pounds in her first year. Rosalie's hard work helped her shed more than 900 pounds in 7 years, but not without the starving and dangerous heart strain that goes with it. Bradford went on to give weight loss seminars by treating her eating habits like addictions. Number 2. Iceman. Since 1986, Jin Song-hao has been training his body to be extremely resistant against the cold. Song-hao has even made a habit of hosting repeated ice bathing contests against his friend Chen Ke. Jin took the lead when he set the world record at 113 minutes in the ice. In 2015, Song-hao went on reality TV to push his record to 115 minutes. While it's not as scary as being buried alive for 10 days, which is what Czechman Zdeněk Zaharadka did, the cold temperatures can reduce blood flow to the brain. Nevertheless, Song-hao made his way through the last 2 minutes with musical encouragement from the audience before emerging triumphantly. Number 1. Superhuman. Some people chew on ice, but Michel Lotito ate the glass it comes in. Lotito, also known as Monsieur Mange-Tout, was born with pica, a disorder that caused him to compulsively eat non-food items like metal. Luckily, Michel was also gifted a superhuman ability to absorb around 2 pounds of metal per day. Monsieur Mange-Tout has eaten TVs, bicycles, and chandeliers, and is allegedly the only person to ever have a coffin inside of themselves. His most extravagant meal was a Cessna 150 airplane, which he ate from 1978 to 1980. Lotito finished the meal in good health, though the compounds or edges alone would kill most people. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.